grand, I might go, do you know what? I can improve our entire core unit of players by recruiting a strength and conditioning coach, an assistant coach, a goaltending coach. Maybe I can raise the whole game. I think with more money, you're more likely to look at your staffing options.
Would a video analyst, full time, and put the microchips in the players' shirts so you can track the movements and those sort of things?
Because I think that's when you've got a little bit of money, you've got to try and spend your bang for your buck has to be on going, well, I can get a high impact player who can change a game for me. But when you have a lot of money, you can go, actually, how can I make everybody on the team a high impact player? How can I spread this about so they all get a little bit better, and so as a team we're unbeatable. It was always, again, we come back to the greatest examples ever of the whole Stingrays. They spent a lot of money on a couple of great players, Tendler and Doucette and and Silverthorne, and then because that's all they could do with the small amount of money they had. So instead of spreading it out across the whole team and they're having a team of average to bad players, they went we're going to have 3 or 4 great players and then do what we can with the rest. Whereas when you have a lot of money, you can go, right, we're going to have a team of good players, but we're going to have a coaching team that's going to help them be great. And I think that's what you do when you have a bit more money.
Yeah, so if you're a poorer team and you're relying on a couple of stars on your top line to win you a game, and we've seen that, one line of players can beat a team, and that can do a lot of damage. But on the whole, in the long run, a line of stars will lose to a squad of very good players with depth.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, you're going to beat them on lines 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
But if you've got that £1 million as that small team, how easy is it going to be to go from last place to first with a bit of tinkering? Aren't you going to have to make a splash? Isn't this your one-time opportunity to say, right?
Yeah, that's true.
We could be a champion, because championship banners hang forever.
Yeah, that's true. But are they worth £1 million? And that's the question. I think that is. Is it worth...
The £1 million has to be spent. You can't bank this. You've got to spend it on your team at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you spend that £1 million on getting a team to win today. That doesn't guarantee you're going to have a team for tomorrow. And yes, championship banners hang forever as long as there's a club. Do you see what I mean? I think the temptation is to buy a league. And I think the smaller the club you are, the more you're like, actually, let's get this infrastructure right. So we might not win the league for another 4 or 5 years, but I tell you what, we're going to be here for another 10.
So does the money buy you time?
Money always buys you time. All right, Jonathan, my hypothetical question for you. Me and you, have been given an amazing opportunity. We have been given the opportunity to play against a pro team. Now, you might think this is quite unfair because they know how to skate. We don't. And
go forwards.
Yeah, okay, fine. You can go forward. So, but there's good news. We are able to clone ourselves ad infinitum. So, what is the minimum amount of Jonathan and Douses that you need to beat a pro team?
Are we talking about on the ice here?
Yeah, on the ice, not not after the game.
No, I was just thinking because I can have my squad of 20, but that's not going to do much if I can only put 5 of me on the ice plus a goalie.
You can put as many of Douse and
right.
Jonathan clones.
So we're saying there's only one of us is in goal.
Yeah.
Well,
so there'll be 5 pros and as many of us
straight away. You're going in goal.
You call me fat?
No, it's just that you've done the be a pro goalie mode on NHL and you were quite good at it.
Yeah, it translates. It completely translates.
But that's more than I've done.
That's true.
I've done a bit of wicket keeping. That's the closest parallel I can draw.
Yeah, but you know how to catch. You press Y on NHL.
You've done it, but you've done it on the virtual reality as well. You've done it on the Oculus Rift.
I have.
So there's a little bit of something there. But you can't skate.
Okay. So I'm a goaltender. That's great.
No, goalies can still skate. You've got to be able to move from post to post.
Oh, no.
Come out of your crease, drop back in your crease, and all those sort of things.
I'm not doing any of that.
Okay, so that's going to really limit us in terms of what we can do. Straight away, my mind is drawn to a clip I saw ages ago where there were 3 Japanese players taking on 100 Japanese school kids at football.
Oh, yes.
And I think James Corden has done something similar with Man United.
He has.
Now, the problem lies in that the kids are disorganised. I think we could be organised. I think we're coachable.
Yeah.
To say we know where we need to be.
Yeah,
and we know that our movements are so limited that I'm not going to be able to keep up with that player if he's skating with the puck.
Right.
But we know to pass responsibility on to the next me behind it. We can be better drilled than taking on a whole lot of kids.
If I remember correctly, the way that the Japanese players beat those kids was, we're taller than you, so we're just going to keep the ball in the air and head it into the goal.
Yeah, they worked it forward and put a cross in, yeah.
to which like the 3-foot-nothing kids were like, oh, that's
so,
a lie.
I think our best opportunity is just basically a test of bravery. If we just put a rainbow in front of the goal...
A rainbow?
Yeah, just a nice little arc of defencemen. How are they getting the puck through?
So, are you...
Do we even need a netman? If you've got enough bodies in the way...
So we're just
So
stacking.
the question... Yeah, all we've got to do is stop them scoring. So we don't have to win the game, do we? It's a question. Are we just saying we've got to stop them or we've got to beat them?
I think the term I use is beat them.
Okay. In that case, then, I'm training very hard at penalty shots.
And trying to draw.
I'm going for the 0-0. I'm going for the scoreless tie. Because otherwise... Otherwise, you're talking 100 people of us on the ice.
Well, yeah, I mean, also the scoreless tie would also be where we lose because it would be me, who cannot skate, cannot catch, and can't do much athletically, against a guy who knows how to use a hockey stick. I mean, no matter how many you can score, they're scoring every time.
But you were saying if there were 20 of us on the ice,
yeah,
we could put an impenetrable ring in front of our net that, despite 60 minutes of slap shots, couldn't get through us.
Oh.
You know, we own that ice. There's no interference. If they skate into us,
we own
this ice.
That sounds really painful.
Possibly, yeah.
Oh man, I'm just imagining just like dropping in front of the people.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If we're all tight enough together, we own that ice. They don't have to skate. They can't skate through us.
Yeah,
they can't skate around us.
Yeah.
So if we just come out from the back of the goal and around the top of the crease,
you say they can't skate through us. If they're in possession of the puck, they can.
Yeah, but you can stand your ground, can't you?
Yeah. Okay, and I'll tell you where my problem with that answer is. How tall are you, Jonathan?
I'm 5'5" on a good day.
I'm 5'8".
I don't have many of those.
No, I'm 5'8" as well. Neither of us can skate.
I can skate forwards. Don't do me a disservice here. I can skate forwards.
Okay.
So breakaways, no problem.
Yeah, we were on the breakaway.
But if I'm rejected, issue.
Okay. So my point here is a 6'5" person who knows how to skate, both forwards and backwards, who has possession of the puck, could surely just plough through your rainbow of love.
Are you saying then we need a second line of reinforcement?
Are
we building up to having 40 now? Two rainbows of 20.
So, you've seen the movie Zulu, yeah?
No.
You've never seen the movie Zulu?
No.
Okay. So in the movie Zulu, and for listeners who understand what I'm saying, when they were getting attacked by the tribe, they had one line of gunners who would fire their shots, and then the line behind them would go forward and fire their shots, and because it takes you so long to reload, I'm saying the same thing. We have 20 of us, and then we move forward with 20, and move forward with 20, and move forward with 20, and just overlapping the lines until we basically just swarm in on them and poke it in. Because one line ain't going to do it. It's like the flying V in Mighty Ducks, you know? You just need one big, brutish Icelandic player to come in, and that whole line's gone. You need a couple of levels.
Okay, so...
You can just stack me in goal.
I don't think we need the extra height.
No, I mean, no, but we need the width. Just lie me down in goal and just stack us.
My other issue, I've just realised, having people in a rainbow around, your hips are wider than your legs are going to be.
Yeah, they shoot through your legs, won't
So
they?
they shoot through your legs, so we're going to need that second line behind anyway, before anyone starts barreling into us.
Any shot that goes in is just going to ping around this mess of legs and sticks and go past sort of the flailing douse.
The situation that I'm thinking of is, when you get onto a really crowded bus or train, and all the seats are full, there's people stood up all down the aisle.
Yeah.
How hard is it to get to the other end? It takes so long, isn't it? So that's just having a crowd makes movement difficult.
I'm going to put a couple of flaws in your argument there. It's uncouth to come at those people on the bus at approximately 15, 20 miles per hour on blades. If I could, they'd get out of the way quite quickly. They're not the immovable object.
The thing is, we've got a stick. They're skating towards us. Poke check?
I'm using that to stand with.
How deceptive can they be?
I can't.
I can stand without a stick. I'll be the first wave if you need me to be.
Okay. But the thing is, you'll go forward as you poke, and then that's you done. That's you on a wave of going forward that we can't stop.
Oh, no, I can keep my feet still. One check.
Okay.
We can all, link arms or something, so we're not going to fall over.
All right.
Or you can hold the back of our shirts or something to stop us moving forward.
Just like a conga line going down the ice.
Yeah, but we want to be a bit more stationary.
Okay.
It'll be a stationary conga.
It's a pretty rubbish conga.
Well, but we've got to be a unit, because if we're left one-on-one, we will get embarrassed. We can get embarrassed anyway, but that's the thing is we can't play them one-on-one or 2 against 1 or 3 against 1.
Yeah.
Because we can't skate, and these are professional athletes.
Okay.
We have to beat them purely on numbers, an organisation, a bit of bravery. But I reckon if you cram 40 people around the net, they can't get the puck through. And okay, they bash into you, but there's no space on the train. That crowded tube train, you try and push to get on. There's no give. There's too many people there.
All right.
So if you're just pushing, you push onto the person behind you, and the person behind you, the person behind you, the person behind you is the goal. The goal comes off. Okay, great. Face off. Let's line up again.
Okay. We haven't scored.
No. I think you need that many people again. Because if the puck's in the crowd, you can sort of do that. You can sort of do that keeper weight. It's in here somewhere. The only problem is the front of that.
Like a scrum. Like a rugby scrum.
But unlike rugby with the sort of truck and trailer rule, if the puck's in the middle, the person at the front is going to commit interference.
Well, that's when you have to slowly kind of...
So do we need enough players on the ice to go from our own goal
to go for
all the way to the other goal?
To go full Roman Legion on it and just turtle it and just pass it down the middle.
I'm imagining one of those. Imagine this one of those. We do it in probabilities and maths. You get a box with 100 balls in it. And there's like 5 red ones. What's the probability you draw a red one out? It's going to be like that. There's 100 people on the ice.
One of us has the puck, bitches.
Yeah, and the 5 players are dotted around. They don't know where the puck is. Once it's initially been dropped, once we've won it back, we can hide it. They ain't going to be able to see through us. We'd have to fill the ice with our clones.
So you're saying the only way we beat 5 professional hockey players is
plus a goalie.
Plus a goalie.
Actually, getting it past the goalie is going to be really tough.
Well, yeah.
Because you can't kick it in, nor can you even now direct it with your skate. Any movement of the skate disallows it as well now, which is a terrible rule, which is another hypothetical for another time. I think we're going to have real trouble scoring, but you would pretty much need to fill the ice with us.
Okay.
Because once you allow us the freedom to skate, we lose because we can't skate as well as they can.
Yeah, okay.
And however crowded, if there's a little bit of space for the players to move, they're going to be agile enough to move and sweat through. You've seen all the skating drills they do in and out of the cones. They're fantastic.
I mean,
so we can't allow them even that much space between cones. We've got to put the cones next to each other so they're touching. So there is no room to skate between them. That's
going to be more than 100 people. That's going to be about 500. Isn't it?
It probably is, yeah. If you can put in 40 or
so essentially we're saying each on-ice player, outfield player, is worth 100 of us.
Of us, yes. Of slightly better rec players,
less and less.
Because they would, if there was 20 of them, be able to, having got the puck back, maybe pass it between them a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. So we're worth...
By our lack of skating, yes, we have to win the game whilst being immobile.
They asked this question once on the West Wing as a hypothetical. They asked the question of, if you just signed a sumo wrestler and put him in goal, you'd never lose a game, wouldn't you? And the answer is that they eventually realised that actually, although that sounds like a great idea, they just go through his legs or they just go around him.
Sumo wrestlers aren't 6 feet wide.
Yeah, they just look it.
So you drag them to one post, play it cross crease, and the back door's open.
I think even with 100 players per on-ice player, I still think we lose. Because eventually, here's where I think you've gone wrong. Eventually, one of us, and it's probably going to be me, one of our clowns, is going to fall over. And on his